So I had this idea of a random audio scrubber. So basically you can have a song or a sample, a beat, a drum break, whatever. And then you go randomly through it, you skip through it. So kind of like what you had on a CD player when you would like fast forward and you get that kind of skipping noise, but then you jump to random points in the sample or in the track to create some kind of glitchy effect. But also if you would use it with a chord, you can, or a melody, you can create, you can kind of chop it up, but not manually chopping up the audio, but using an LFO to pick random points in the sample. So let's go to Ableton and I'll show you what I came up with. So here I have a sampler and I loaded in a chord or a loop. So this is the original loop. So it's just one long note and there's some silence in the end of the sample. So I loaded that into sampler and then I created this. So basically what it does is that I turned on the loop mode. I linked it with the sample start and the loop start. And then I went to the modulation tab here and used the LFO to modulate the loop start and put it to 100 and put the type of the LFO on random because I wanted to jump, and I put a rate on a quarter note. So what that means is that when I press a key on the keyboard, as you can see, the playhead jumps to random positions, the orange vertical line. But it doesn't, since I'm holding down one note, it doesn't re-trigger. So therefore I put in arpeggiator at a quarter note as well, which means that every quarter note there's a new note triggered. So when I now hold down a note on the keyboard, you basically have quarter notes, and each quarter note there's a different position of the playhead. And the additional nice thing about this is that at the end of this sample there's some space, there's some silence. So sometimes you don't hear a note because it's playing that little silence part. But of course you can do this with many other kinds of sounds and also with different arpeggiator speeds, so to create, and different loop lengths to create different kind of textures. So let's explore that. I created here an 808 drum beat that sounds like this. So let's put that into sampler and see if we can create the same kind of texture. So the first thing I do is put the sustain mode on forward reverse, link it, it's important, and then change the loop length. And I'm gonna go a very short, a little bit of crossfade. So now when I play this, I put the release on 1, and then I go to the modulation tab, go to LFO 2, put it on random, put it on quarter notes, and go to loop start and put the amount of modulation to 100. So when I hold down a key, when I play low on the keyboard, you can also pitch the sound, of course. So let's put in some notes. Let's change the octave. So now it's scrubbing through this drum loop. Every quarter note it changes to a different position. But let's change the speed of the LFO so it actually goes faster than the quarter note. So let's put it on 16th. And let's make all these notes also 16ths. So you get a completely like scrambled drum loop. Let's try one more different kind of sound. Maybe go to electric piano. This really nice mellow electric piano sample. So the first thing is to loop and to sync the loop points. Create a loop. Change the attack time so it fades in a bit smoother. Put the LFO on random. Let's go to quarter notes again. Loop starts to 100. I'm gonna put on the arpeggiator again. This is also on quarter notes. And put down a note in the MIDI clip. Okay, let's maybe change the sample. This sample is a bit, maybe this is better. So this sounds already pretty nice. It's kind of like glitchy, it's kind of random, but you're in that one sample. So you can be in one chord or in one note or in one drum break. So you can kind of control the glitchiness in that sense. If you just play one chord, then it will change position, but it's not changing the melody necessarily. The only thing I want to do is to add a little bit of delay to this to see if we can make it a bit more spatial. Put some filtering on the delay. Let's see how this sounds. So yeah, that's it for this video. Just a very quick way to scrub through audio to make your audio samples a bit more random, but in a controlled manner. Let me know what you think in the comments and see you in the next one.